Quiet on set!
We got to make a show. Who am I? It's a great question I always ask myself. Well, I am a singer, I'm a songwriter, I'm an actress, I'm a dancer, overall performer. I also like to write my own music and I like to write my own screenplays. So, working on that. I think the number one thing out of all the stuff I like to do is singing. Probably my most passionate thing out there. I'm a thicker skin, I'm a warrior. It ties with acting, but if you were to give me one choice, it would be singing, because singing is very therapeutic for me. I can sing any genre. I can do soprano, alto, I can do old school, new school. I can also dance. I am very passionate about traveling and exploring. Hell yeah, I'm very aggressive. I'm passionately aggressive. I'm also passionate about cats. I'm actually a cat myself. I'm a cat lady. I've got two. Tell me what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about being this little guy's mom. You did right. And then I have big and fluffy.
I like how you said a whole thing about Salem, and then you just said that John was big and fluffy.
I am passionate about kitty cats. You know what's also charming? Cheerios. Let me tell you a story about Cheerios. There's a boy Cheerio. Are you listening? Studio audience?
Yes.
Clap. Okay, saying stop. Too modest here. Alright, there was a boy Cheerio, and he wanted to ask out this girl Cheerio to prom. But it was like down the road. And he went up and was like, hey, can I ask you out to prom? And she's like, sorry, but you're just a regular Cheerio. I'm a honey nut Cheerio. Right? What a Right? She turned him down. It was crazy, guys. Well, he worked on it. He's like, all right, I just gotta become a Honey Nut Cheerio or a better anything other than who I am. Well, then he got a job. He got a job at a sandwich place, and he makes money, and suddenly he becomes a Frosted Cheerio because he's got that frosted money. And then he goes back to her as like, hey, prom's coming up. I'm not a regular Cheerio anymore, I'm a Frosted Cheerio. And she said, yeah, but you're not a Honey Nut Cheerio. And he's like, God damn it. Okay, so he goes back to work and he's like, how do I become a Honey Nut Cheerio? I gotta make that mad dough. So he gets another job. So he's working like ends meet to afford his Honey Nut Cheerio status. He finally becomes a Honey Nut Cheerio. He goes up to her and is like, hey, I'm a Honey Nut Cheerio. I'm taking you to prom, girl. And she was like, oh my God, yeah. They get to prom, and they're dancing, they're Cheerio dancing. You know, like, wow, I'm so like tired. I kind of want something to drink. So he's like, let's go get some water and cool down. So they go to get water, but the line, they're waiting. Oh, man, this line is so long. Let's go get some lemonade. So they go to the lemonade, and they're in line, and like, damn, man, why are all these other Cheerios so thirsty? So they're like, you know what? I could really go for some punch. And to their knowledge, there was no punchline.
Let's do that. I like my Fruit Loop thing better.